Greetings and welcome back to our 2020 virtual celebration of Christmas on the Farm at the Pennsylvania German Cultural Heritage Center at Kutztown University. We'd like to welcome our next performers for a seasonal celebration with the internationally recognized folk musicians Mike and Linda Hertzog, who will perform traditional Pennsylvania Dutch and holiday favorites. This dynamic duo has performed throughout the United States and recently in Germany. They are well known throughout the region for their annual performances of the traditional Pennsylvania Dutch New Year's Wish blessing, which they will also be performing today in advance of the coming new year. We hope you enjoy these classic toe-tapping selections from Mike and Linda Hertzog.
Christmas time's a-comin', Christmas time's a-comin', Christmas time's a-comin', roll up going home. Can't you hear them bells are ringing, ringing, joy will always hear them singing when it's snowing. I'll be going back to my country home. Snowflakes are falling, mild boys are calling, tall pines are humming, Christmas time's a-comin'. Can't you hear the bells are ringing, ringing, joy will always hear them singing when it's snowing. I'll be going back to my country home. Candle lights are burning, wild hearts are yearning, not far from the homeland, Christmas time's a-comin'. Can't you hear the bells are ringing, ringing, joy will always hear them singing when it's snowing. I'll be going back to my country home. Holly in the window, home is where the wind blows. Can't walk or run, Christmas time's a-comin'. Can't you hear that bells are ringing, ringing, joy will always hear them singing when it's snowing. I'll be going back to my country home. Can't you hear that bells are ringing, ringing, joy will always hear them singing when it's snowing. I'll be going back to my country home. All right, Christmas time's a-comin', and it sure is. And we are glad to be here to be part of this virtual Christmas on the Farm. And we're going to do a mixture of some Christmas songs and some Pennsylvania Dutch songs and some bluegrass songs. And this next one we're going to do for you, we're going to pretend Linda is my 18-year-old daughter and her mother and I are trying to get her out of the house. It's called Maybe with Du Heide. Young lady, are you going to marry or will you marry? Maybe with Du Heide,
Ja, bara ja.
so higher stood mom.
Nej, bara nej. Baba harra väldigt Kista butta gleikignet. Nej, bara nej. Nej, bara nej.
Maybe with Du Heide,
Ja, bara ja.
so higher stood mom.
Nej, bara nej. Baba harra väldigt Vendo dessa gleikignet. Nej, bara nej. Nej, bara nej.
Maybe with Du Heide,
Ja, bara ja.
so higher stood doctor.
Nej, bara nej. Detta harra väldigt Nej, förgetta gleikignet. Nej, bara nej. Nej, bara nej.
Maybe with Du Heide,
Ja, bara ja.
so higher stood Schreiner.
Nej, bara nej. Schreiner harra väldigt Nej, och flotta gleikignet. Nej, bara nej. Nej, bara nej.
Maybe with Du Heide,
Ja, bara ja.
so higher stood music come.
Ja, bara ja. Music harra väldigt Singen, dansa gleikignet. Ja, bara ja. Ja, bara ja.
All right. She decided to marry the music teacher at the end of that song. So we're going to do an instrumental for you right now. At Christmas time, people like to put decorations all around the house and on different things. And years ago, in a lot of the homes, you could find a grandfather's clock. And sure enough, there'd be some sparkly stuff hanging on the grandfather's clock and maybe some other ornaments. So we're going to do a little instrumental here called the grandfather's clock. The grandfather's clock. All right, now this is Christmas on the Farm. This next song we're going to do for you has a little bit of a Western theme to it, so they even enjoy Christmas out there in the West, not just here in Pennsylvania on the farms. And this one, Linda's going to sing for you, is called Two-Step Around the Christmas Tree.
There's a wondrous sight and a joyful sound every Christmas Eve in a western town. Gather up the kids, all the friends and family, as the holly's hung and the candles bright, tuning out the fiddle on a moonlit night. Roll back the rug so we can two-step round the Christmas tree. There's a jolly man in a bright red suit, garrison of Santa and cowboy boots, twirling across the floor, spurs a jingling merrily. As they sing those carols soft and low, we'll all be shouting out, Cotton Eye Joe. Roll back the rug so we can two-step round the Christmas tree. Waiting neath the mistletoe, you'll never get a kiss. I never move that slow, there's too much I could miss. 'Cause the western girl can't be still, the silent night is not for me. Roll back the rug so we can two-step round the Christmas tree. Red bandanas, chili green, silver buckles, some new blue jeans, jumping around the room to a Yuletide melody. I'm gonna be ready when Santa comes, but I'm gonna be dancing till he does. Roll back the rug so we can two-step round the Christmas tree. Waiting neath the mistletoe, you'll never get a kiss. I never wait that long, there's too much I could miss. 'Cause a western girl can't be still, the silent night is not for me. Roll back the rug so we can two-step round the Christmas tree. Waiting neath the mistletoe, you'll never
two-step around the Christmas tree. All right, that makes you want to get up and do a little bit of a dance there. And this next song we're going to do, we'll do another Pennsylvania Dutch song for you. This is a courting song, and a courting song meaning that this young lady, usually the young man asks the young lady out on a date. In this song, the young lady is going to be asking the young man if he will come over to see her, and she asks him if he'll come riding over to visit her, and he says no, he can't. He doesn't own a wagon. Then she says, well, then why don't you loan a wagon? He says, well, I can't loan a wagon. I don't have any money. And I don't know why she'd want to be courting this guy if he doesn't have any money. But then she says, well, then why don't you come riding over on your horse? Well, he says, I can't. I don't have a horse. So she finally says, well, then why don't you just walk over and visit me? Well, he has legs, so he can't get out of that. So it's called Rye Rye Radio, which are just nonsense words. And goes something like this.
Close to Malta River,
Rye Rye Radio.
close to Malta River,
Rye Radio. Hey, Hopkin Baby,
Rye Rye Radio,
hey, Hopkin Baby,
Rye Radio. Du musst erwähnt sein,
Rye Rye Radio,
du musst erwähnt sein,
Rye Radio. Hey, Hopkin Jell,
Rye Rye Radio,
hey, Hopkin Jell,
Rye Radio. Welcome to Dunkerida,
Rye Rye Radio,
welcome to Dunkerida,
Rye Radio. Hey, Hopkin Golly,
Rye Rye Radio,
hey, Hopkin Golly,
Rye Radio. Welcome to Dungaluffa,
Rye Rye Radio,
welcome to Dungaluffa,
Rye Radio. Jawel, Kungalaffa, Rye Rye Radio, Jawel, Kungalaffa, Rye Radio. All right, Rye Rye Radio. We learned that song from our good friend Peter Fritsch. And like I said, we asked him as he was teaching us songs in Pennsylvania Dutch, what does Rye Rye Radio mean? And he said they're just nonsense words. So every language has its share of nonsense words, and those were some for the Pennsylvania Dutch language. The next thing we'd like to do for you is we're going to do this Pennsylvania German New Year's Wish. We do this at several churches throughout the area and several homes throughout the area. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out with the homes this year, but hopefully we'll be able to do some of the churches anyhow, if not all of them. But this is the Pennsylvania German New Year's Wish. It's also called the Longswamp New Year's Wish, and it got that name because this particular wish was done mostly in the Longswamp area. And I've been doing this for probably 5 or 6 years. I do not have it memorized, so I'm going to read this off of the paper. This was a wish that was done by John Fritsch and his son Peter Fritsch, and after Peter's passing, we decided to continue with it. So here is the Longswamp New Year's Wish. Ich wünsche dir und deine Hausfrau, Sohns und Töchter, Knechte und Mägde und alle, die in diesem Haus ein glückseliges neues Jahr. Ich wünsche euch all großes Glück und alle Unglück weit zurück. Das 2020 Jahr geht aus im Namen Jesus Christus, weil das 2021 Jahr vorhanden ist. Das alles Jahr geht nun dahin, dann fangen wir ein neues an, weil er wünsche ich euch ein hochgelobtes neues Jahr. Bisher bekomme ich growing Haar. Wir gehen in den Welten wandern, von einem Jahr zum anderen, da ich viele Ängste pflegen, da ich sittliche Zeit und Jägen, da ich Krieg und große Schrecken, was auf unserer Welt bedecken. Gott lob und Dank, dass diese Zeit, dass es erlaubt in Ruhe und Friede, Himmelslust, Gottes Willes, Gottes Geist bleibt euch bewohnt, bis ihr bekommt in der Himmel geflohen. Und auch daar sitzt, der bleibt bereit, dann in der Ewigseligkeit. Wir stehen auf einem Bier, auf einem Land, die Instrumente in die Hand. Wenn wir aus die Instrumente ziehen, dann sollst du hören das neues Jahr und spielen. Or Happy New Year. All right, we're going to do another Christmas song for you. Actually, two of them. An instrumental here. One is called The Drummer Boy, and the other is Joy to the World. There's some Christmas music for you to get you in the holiday spirit. And we're going to do this next song. We always like to do this. We do this at some of the churches that we play at with the Christmas season coming up real fast. It's always good to remember. There's a bumper sticker, I think it says, remember the reason for the season. Well, this song is called Remember Me. And it goes something like this.
When you're opening those presents underneath the Christmas tree, ooh, remember me. When you're setting out those cookies for Santa Claus to eat, ooh, remember me. I was born on a manger on a cold December night, with shepherds and 3 wise men underneath the stars so bright. The son of a lonely carpenter from down in Galilee. Ooh, remember me. When you're hanging up those Christmas lights for the neighborhood to see, ooh, remember me. line to see. Remember me. I was only in my 30s when they led me up that hill. With tears in my eyes I cried, but I did my colors well. And there upon a cross of wood I died to set you free. Ooh, remember me. When you're opening those presents underneath the Christmas tree, ooh, remember me.
Yes, indeed, remember me. We'd like to do another medley of some songs here, and this first one is called Pretty Little Red Wing, and then we're going to go into one that needs no introduction. Thank you. My fingers got stuck on that ending there. Sometimes you get sticky fingers when you're playing the banjo. This next song we like to do for you is another one that we play at a lot of the churches, because most of the churches that we've been doing the New Year Wish are old country churches. And this is called the Old Country Church. There's a place dear to me where I'm longing to be, with my friends at the Old Country Church. There with Mother we went and our Sundays were spent, with my friends at the Old Country Church. Precious years, what memories, oh what joy they bring to me. How I long once more to be with my friends at the Old Country Church. As a small country boy, how my heart filled joy, as I knelt at the Old Country Church. There with Jesus above and his wondrous love, saved my soul at the Old Country Church. Precious years of memory, oh what joy they bring to me. How I long once more to be with my friends at the Old Country Church. How I wish that today all the people would pray like they did at the Old Country Church. If they only confess Precious years, what memories, oh, what joy they bring to me. How I long once more to be with my friends at the old country church. All right, the old country church. Well, let's do a little, just a short instrumental here of Ragtime Annie and the Golden Slippers. Usually played on the fiddle, but since we don't have a fiddle, we're just going to make do with the banjo. Works out pretty good that way, too. We're going to do another Pennsylvania Dutch song for you right now. We did the Old Country Church. Now we're going to do Sundags in de Kerk, Sundays in Church. And Linda's going to sing this one for you. And it goes something like this.
Sundags when ik in de kerk ging, dan doe ik mijn spaties gedaan. Und had ik zo mijn familie, oh lieve was Gottes zo schön. Mondags had de mami alles te waschen, dinsdags de wikkelkoeken nee. Mittwoch had sie alles te bakken, des leven was not so schön. Sundags when ik in de kerk ging, dan doe ik mijn spaties gedaan. Und had ik zo mijn familie, oh lieve was Gottes zo schön. Donnerstags is de paapnacht de morning, vrijdags de woensdag wissel schrei, zondags hen neer ons gewäsche, zelfwoord aan ons ben ik voorleen. Zondags wanneer ik in de kerk ging, dan doe ik mijn spaties gedaan. Und had ik zo mijn familie, oh lieve was Gottes zo schön. Oh lieve was Gottes zo schön.
All right, Sundags in de Kerk. Well, we're going to try something for you right now. And this is a Johnny Cash song, and our good friend Michael Werner over in Germany put the words to Folsom Prison in German. And I usually just sing the first verse because some of these verses get to be a mouthful with singing them in Pennsylvania Dutch. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best. So here we go with Folsom Prison. So if Johnny Cash had been born in Berks County, it may have sounded something like this. 1, 2, 3. tale. It's a little way. The sun is hell of China. The crosses does worry, hopeful and pleasant. All nights I stay here. Doctor in the rain, he gave. My fall away, my heavens near saw. Tires in my good brew, how different from the father, how he ever to show some. You're like the gates. There in the rain, the piper began reading midday. Eight pence looked right like that. The old team tent side. She smoked a drink of coffee. With great cigars, knife, he basic different shooting. He basic coon and the front. The girl steps in a corner. Don't be for him the man. Ordito che va come, mi cola solo, repeat fish me seagull, what singing sugar love by waterfalls and pleasant, beady fly over. Blue and green wakes a piper, my blues are driver come. All right, Johann Cash sang that song, yes. Well, we have time for two more songs here, according to the clock, and we're going to have Linda sing this next one for you. And we think of, a lot of times when we think of Christmas, we think of the bells. You hear the bells, sleigh bells, church bells. And at family get-togethers, you naturally hear the doorbell. So Linda's going to sing this one for you called Ring the Bell.
In the road was a bell, in the bell was the sound of days that had come and gone. And the road ran to a little town, and the bells I heard the word of the Lord a song. Well, I followed it down from the forest to the town, in the darkness, in the dead of night. There were children dancing
we have time for one more song. It's actually a medley of songs, and we like to do this one. This is the holiday season. We would like to do this one for all of our veterans who are serving in the United States military, currently serving, and just all of the veterans. We want to thank you for your service. We want to thank you for helping to keep us free. And we want to dedicate this one to you, called the Patriotic Medley. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone. We wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching, but don't go away. Coming up next is an exclusive interview with our favorite grouchy holiday visitor, the Belschnickel. But watch out, he's in a bad mood this year, so be on your best behavior. This virtual celebration of Christmas on the Farm is brought to you by the Pennsylvania German Cultural Heritage Center at Kutztown University, committed to preserving and celebrating the unique folk culture, history, and language of the region.